Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, June 7th. I'm Kiki Thaxter.
And I'm Krista McDonald. It's great to have you with us as we end another week here in Norwood. This week on Norwood News, summer concerts return. We chat with Ed Hickey down on the corner. But first, the bleachers were filled at Murray Field this past weekend to celebrate the graduation of the NHS class of 2024. Valedictorian Heather Begg shared some words of encouragement with her classmates.
From here, we may split ways, chasing our dreams in whichever directions they may take us, from Norwood, across the state, the nation, and the world. But we will always have this history to unify us and remind us of the tremendous resilience we possess, which has been tested and shown as true so many times throughout our years at Norwood High and beyond. I'll give you just one more thought today, an invitation to a lifelong mission. Amanda Gorman, the Youth Poet Laureate, ended the inaugural poem for President Biden by saying, "There is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it." I know that each and every one of us carries our own strengths and passions, our own flames. When we leave here today, may we leave with our flames ignited with our excitement and vision for the future. And may we strive each day to nurture them ever brighter. I can't wait to see the world through the lens of the light that our class brings. Thank you for being the light for our world.
Best of luck to the class of 2024. I was honored to be their senior advisor this year and can confidently say that this 2024 class is really special. Just such awesome kids and amazing representatives of NHS. Good luck with everything going forward.
Speaking of graduations, we have a special story that comes from the Norfolk Agricultural High School. Partnering with the Aggie since 2020, Norwood Community Media live streams the Aggie graduation ceremony every year. This year, NCM captured a special moment as Principal Van Rotz presented the first diploma of the evening to a graduate of the 1962 class.
That morning, we shared stories as us Aggie alumni do. And eventually, Mr. Sales asked me if we had any old records. And I thought to myself, we're 100 years old. We have got stuff everywhere. But I don't know what we have in storage. And not only did we find a yearbook, a class picture, a graduation program, but we also uncovered your life history folder and your final report card. And then finally, your diploma from 1963. However, in 1962, Mr. Sales enlisted in the United States Navy. And before he could receive his diploma, he was deployed to Bermuda, which he affectionately refers to as the vacation via Uncle Sam, and then eventually found himself in Vietnam. After only 1 month in Vietnam, Mr. Sales and his mates were hit by a mine, which led to Mr. Sales coming back to the States. As he healed and finished his time in the Navy, and he's finished it, ironically, on a minesweeper craft. He then stayed here in the States to raise his family. He worked in construction and has since landed in New Hampshire. So, for what is long overdue, I would like to present tonight's first diploma of the evening to Mr. Ronald Sales, class of 1962. Superintendent Martin, would you please present the diploma?
Congratulations to Ronald Sales on finally receiving his diploma.
When Norwood News returns, the summer concert series is back. Officer Baguma talks about this year's Juneteenth celebrations, and Ron Marshalsea has this week's sports update.
Norwood Community Media is proud to cover many of the special events that are held at the Morrill Memorial Library. The Simone Room is a place where members of the Norwood community can meet award-winning and best-selling authors, presenters, and town officials. If you are unable to attend these events, NCM rebroadcasts them on our community channel, and they are also available on demand. Norwood Community Media and the Morrill Memorial Library, a partnership for the town of Norwood. Summerfest and Concerts on the Common are back for its 30th season this summer. Summerfest and Concerts on the Common are making their return this July for their 30th season. Summerfest concerts will be held every Wednesday evening at the Common, and Concerts on the Common will be every Sunday evening, both from 6:30 to 8:30. Enjoy quality time with family and friends while listening to quality music.
Peter McFarland of the Norwood Farmers Market gives insight on what's ahead and when the first farmers market will be.
Hi, this is Peter McFarland. I'm with Norwood Farmers Market, and it's that time of year again where the farmers market is getting up and starting to go for the season. We'll be opening on Tuesday, June 18th at 2 o'clock on the Norwood Town Common again. So our season will be 18 weeks, and so it'll run from June 18th all the way to October 15th, and as always, we'll be on the Common. The market will have 3 produce farms, Oakdale, Riverdale, and Medway Community Farms that all accept SNAP benefits. Plus, we'll have the students from the Norfolk Agricultural School's farm, along with a new vendor, Pumpkin Farm, which sells pasture-raised meats. We also have Jordan Seafood, Allie's Cookies out of Foxborough, Norwood's Own, La Baguette North Bakery, Microgreens by the Sea, a new vendor, and then Dorothy's Gardens Flowers, along with Artisans, 8 Bells Weaving, Pretty Little Links Jewelry, and the local organizations, Morrill Memorial Library, Norwood Trail Advisory Committee, Impact Norwood, and many others. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all down at the Town Common on starting June 18th from 2 to 6. Thanks.
Now we're going to send it out front to Bridget Kidd for the latest in school news.
I'm Bridget Kidd, and let's take a look at what's happening in our Norwood School news this week. At Norwood High School, several members of the senior class drove to school ancient Roman style on their last day of classes. Latin class students Trevor Brown, Alec Dunstan, Ethan Lee, Cameron Monroe, and Ethan Murphy showed off their senior class project on Tuesday morning. Arriving at school in the Roman chariot they researched and built for their final class assignment. Special thanks to Mr. Betts, Ms. Kelly, and Dr. Crowley for donating some of the materials used for construction. In Coakley Middle School news, congratulations to grade A students. They will be traveling to Canopy Lake Park on June 17th. And their promotion ceremonies will be broadcasted live from Kelly Field Friday, June 14th. The Cleveland School celebrated Memorial Day with poems and music in honor and remembrance of those who have served their country. A children's author and illustrator visited the Cleveland School and talked to first and second grade students about writing, drawing, and the importance of practicing. The Prescott School held its monthly Character Strong Assembly to recognize the students for the month of April. During April, staff nominated students who exemplified the character trait of cooperation. These students worked in groups to achieve a common goal. They demonstrated getting along with others even when it was difficult. The winners from grade 1 were Brendan, Shriyanvi, and Alicia. From grade 2, AJ, Siobhan, Leah, and Ansh. From grade 3, Gwen, Donella, and Tarun. From grade 4, Carter, Angie, and Bella. From grade 5, Yash, Parikh, Riley, Alejandro, and Zoe. Congratulations to all of the students recognized for their hard work showing cooperation. Also, during the assembly, students were introduced to the character trait of courage for the month of May. They sang along to the Character Strong video for courage. Also at the Prescott School, we highlighted Grandparents' Day. The pictures were very special and we would love to share more. The kindergarten students at the Willett have enjoyed a spring full of adventures. The students partnered with the Norwood Trails Committee to take a series of guided hikes on the Germany Brook Trail that runs adjacent to the school property. Students, staffs, parents, and trail committee volunteers enjoyed a wonderful day exploring nature in our own backyard. Joe Greeley from the Trails Committee had visited the school a week earlier to join the teachers during a common planning period to share resources that are available on the town website and take staff on a preview hike. This Willett is excited for this new partnership and is looking forward to many future adventures. Thank you to the Trails Committee and our PTO for helping to organize the event. The Willett students also embarked on their annual adventure to the Franklin Park Zoo and have been learning about the different animals housed at the zoo. The students and staff enjoyed a beautiful day. Thank you again to our PTO for supporting our annual zoo adventure. The students at the Little Mustangs were very excited to have some special visitors at their playground this week. Frankie and Molly McGowan's dad, Officer Wick McGowan, came along with Officer Jeff Baguma and Mustang Sally to spend some time with the students and enjoy some freeze pops and fun on the playground. Nobody would have imagined that their visit would be somewhat overshadowed by another visitor who decided the LMPA playground would be the perfect spot to lay her eggs. While they were enjoying the visit, a mother turtle walked across the pickleball courts and through the fence to lay her eggs under the mulch on the playground. The children were excited to watch all of this unfold. Officer McGowan called the animal control officer to ensure the safety of the turtle and her eggs. The children learned that turtles lay their eggs in early June, and they will hatch in August. They also learned to never touch a turtle found in the wild. Nature really is one of the best classrooms, and the Little Mustangs were ecstatic to be sitting in the front row for this outdoor lesson. The teachers and students would love to give a big thank you to Officer McGowan, Officer Baguma, and Mustang Sally for spending their morning with them. Well, that's it for the school news this week. We appreciate all the teachers that help provide us with an inside look at what is going on in our classrooms. Now, let's send it over to Ron Marshallsey with your latest in sports.
I'm Ron Marshallsey, and this is your Sports Update. The baseball team has been the team that will not quit, making it past the rounds of 32 and 16, beating Longmeadow 3-2 and Somerset Berkeley 1-0. In the Longmeadow win, the first run of the game came off an RBI off the bat of Jacob Sheehan to drive in Giacomo Serratore. The Lancers answered immediately, tying it up at 1 in the top of the second and making it 2-1 at the top of the third. And in the bottom of the sixth, Jerry Fry scored on the throw from a drop third strike, tying it up at 2. Fry managed to keep the Lancers at bay on the mound in the top of the seventh, and Thomas Benson drove in Brian Dearborn with a walk-off triple to send the Mustangs to the next round. The legendary duo of Mark Hoover and Eric Bodenhofer were on the call for the game-sealing triple.
First base, so he also looking for his first hit. That might fall in the gap right there. Oh, it does! And that might do it.
That's it. He's
Oh, a
going around.
fantastic job! If you can get there to third, and it does it!
Yes.
Outstanding!
Wow.
Just like that! Benson asking for his first hit and
All right.
just
He may not be able to play in the
drills
next
one to
game.
left field
Oh my goodness.
as he scores Dearborn with 2 outs. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Fantastic job by Benson.
And what an effort though by the Longmeadow left
Oh, yeah.
fielder or
Yeah,
center
Hutton
fielder.
and Bouchard are
Yeah.
out there. And that,
Boy,
sometimes they say hit them where they ain't, but
Yep.
boy, he was able to drop that one in there. And yeah, Bouchard stretched out.
Yeah, gave it his all to try and get that, and just couldn't
Wow.
quite get there. What a time
What
for Benson.
a fantastic finish there as Benson has the triple to score Dearborn from first.
Wow.
And Benson had struck out swinging, had ground out to the pitcher. So was looking for his first hit. We were thinking Hurley, again, had just been solid all night long. The Mustangs really had not been able to hit anything deep. And the Mustangs at the bottom of the 7th are able to win this one 3-2, and they're going to move on. They will play the winner of, right now, I think Somerset Berkeley is playing West Springfield out of the same league that Longmeadow is. Yep. And so they will play the winner of that one. Not quite sure exactly when. Obviously, I think if Somerset Berkeley wins, then the Mustangs will have to travel.
The Mustangs had to make the trip to Somerset Berkeley for the round of 16, and the Mustangs scored a 1 run at the top of the first, where Sam Larkey scored off a grounder to first by Jacob Sheehan. The story of this one was Zach Badger getting the start on the mound for the second game in a row and pitched an absolute gem of a game while dueling with Somerset's pitcher, William Dion. Both teams' defenses were stellar, and Dion only let up the 1 run in the first, but that one would be enough for Norwood as they move on to the round of 8 to square off against the number 2 ranked Plymouth North Eagles this Friday the 7th at 4:30 in Plymouth. The softball team qualified for a spot in the preliminary round of the D2 tournament and went to Worcester to play Doherty Memorial last Friday afternoon. The Mustangs fought for 11 innings before eventually falling to Doherty 6-5. Norwood is only losing 2 seniors, Madison Collins and Natalie Gale, so this team will have the playoff experience to make a deeper run in the tournament next season. The tournament started off great for the girls lacrosse team, getting the win over Amherst Pelham in the preliminary round, 14-10. Madison Doucette scored her first varsity goal, Nora Staunton scored 1, Emily Spadorsha added 2 goals and an assist, and the Olivias and Shay Larkey were just as dominant as they've been all year. Olivia Lodge scored 4 goals with 2 assists, Shay Larkey had 3 goals and 1 assist, and Olivia Naughton scored 3 times. Olivia Naughton will be heading to Springfield College next year, and so is the goalie from Amherst Pelham, so Naughton actually scored 3 goals on her future teammate. Emily O'Connor and Sophia Venditti were very strong on the defensive side, and Allie Mannering had 15 saves in net. After the game, NCM commentator Joe Spadorsha talked with senior captain Olivia Lodge and head coach Mike Lodge about the win.
Coming off the win, 14-10, Division II preliminary round. Olivia Lodge, senior captain. Tell us a little bit about just your feelings coming off the field after a win like that.
I think our energy was amazing today. We definitely brought it all to the field today. Our middies, Shay, Spud, Bridget, great midfielders. They really worked their butts off today, and without them, we wouldn't have the plays that we have.
Awesome. So you're winning by 7 or 8 goals coming into that, midway through that third quarter. What is that message like to maintain the game plan when you're up by that many?
When we're up by that many, we have to maintain the same energy that we have. We can't decrease the energy or else they're going to come up on us and the gap is slowly going to close, but I think we kept it on them today.
Yeah, and then the reverse of that, when it starts to get closer there at the end, how do you keep, as a captain, keep your team together to maintain composure?
When we get the ball on offense, we try to settle it down, we work it around. Every player touches the ball at least once, and then we try to work an offensive set, and I think we did really well today, controlling the ball, holding on to the ball, keeping it safe.
Your number 18 captain, Olivia Lodge, 242 career goals, 84 career assists for 326 career points. How do you do it?
A lot of time and effort. I put a lot of work into my sport. I really love to play. And yeah, it's really fun for me. So
thank you very much, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Joined now by the head coach, Mike Lodge. Mike, thanks for joining us. Sure. Another big win. Tell us about how you felt coming off that field after that result.
As a head coach, it's my first tournament win. Qualified the last 3 years. Thank you. And 0-2, so now 1-2. Feels pretty good.
All right, so you're coming into that game, you take a look at their record, and 16-2. Wow. You're a 9-9 team for the second season in a row. What's the message like to the team?
Don't be fooled by, we were ahead of them, because it's
right.
The power rankings with the strength of schedule. So I'm guessing 16-2. They don't play in the most competitive conference. But as you saw, it was a competitive game. I said that to the coach coming in. I watched one of their films of their games. They do a lot of things that we do. They have some good players. They have some good offensive plays, and then they put the ball on the ground. So I knew it was going to be competitive. I knew we got up early and wasn't super comfortable because I knew the landslide was coming a little bit. But we survived. The girls worked their butts off today. Allie Mannering was so great in net. And Olivia touched on it. Our mids are insane, right? Bridgie, Spud, Shay, Shea's just on a different level, different animal, so competitive. And then again, our freshman Madison today getting her first goal in a tournament game is huge.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that actually, because I could hear from all the way up here. You said go. What were you seeing from the sidelines that gave her that go?
So Madison, a freshman, get some spot time to give those three mids that very rarely come off the field, give them some spot time. And sometimes they get a little nervous. They just want to move the ball, make sure they catch the ball and move it, and don't get aggressive necessarily. It was a wide open lane. They just left her there, so I was just screaming, go, go, go. And she finally went, and it closed a little bit. She made a couple of nice moves. She's a super athletic kid, and buried it, and the whole team went bananas. It was great.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a great moment. And I even mentioned on the broadcast, I could hear you yell go from up here. So, hopefully that picks up over on the broadcast. So just talk about your team's ability to close out that close game towards the end of the stretch there.
Yeah, so the yellow card helped, right?
Absolutely.
So we're up a man, and Shea Larkey and I actually had a conversation about it at the end. Her mindset is to go. Score, score, score. We had just been hemorrhaging goals, right? We weren't doing great on the draws. They were scoring goals. They were closing the gap. So I was hoping, all right, we got 2 minutes to play with here. Let's be efficient, work the ball around, and then if we can score at the end of it, great, which is exactly what happened. A little bit sloppy, but the mindset is to just kill the clock. Clock is your friend at that point, and then take home the victory.
Last question here, and then I'll let you go. With the draw controls, that was something you struggled with all day. What's kind of the message, coming into this game, and then once you realize, you might not get them all?
So, yeah, that's the thing. We have three players that are pretty good at the draw here with Olivia, Bridgie, and Shea, and they each take it a different way. Olivia is more of the straight up, let me get up over you and grab it. Bridgie's just power straight out, and Shea is kind of that mix of up and the power. So at that point, it's wreck it. Just get in there and wreck it and let the athletic girls on the circle, like Emily and Shea, go get the ball, right? It's on the ground. We got a really good chance of getting it. We're that athletic. So that's the message.
Well, thank you very much, and good luck the rest of the way. Congratulations on your first career playoff win.
Thank you.
Mike Lodge, head coach, Girls Lacrosse.
Appreciate it.
The Mustangs then moved on to the round of 32 to face number 2 seeded Walpole, who is number 2 for a reason. The Mustangs couldn't leave Walpole with the win, but this has been one of the most competitive girls lacrosse teams Norwood has seen in quite some time, managing to win the first playoff game in almost a decade. Good luck to seniors Julia Gallo, Olivia Lodge, Olivia Naughton, Emily O'Connor, Catherine Pritchard, Sophia Venditti, and Jessica Zamito. And good luck to each and every senior from every spring team. We wish you all nothing but the best and hope you have had as much fun playing your respective sport as we have had covering as many of them as we can. And that is all I have for this sports update. I'm Ron Marshalsea, and Norwood News will be right back after this break. Did you know Norwood Community Media has a weekly newsletter? If you are interested in signing up, all you have to do is go to our website, norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Once you're there, scroll to the bottom of the page and click on the Sign Up for Our Newsletter button. All you have to do after that is fill out your first and last name, your email, as well as your zip code. Once you press send at the end of each week, you will have our newsletter in your inbox, ready for you to catch up on all things Norwood.
The Zoning Board of Appeals met this week and held 2 special permit public hearings. The board approved case 2410 for 15 Johnson Court to allow the applicant to build a 1-story addition to the back of their house. The second applicant stood in front of the board to discuss the special permit for 486 Washington Street regarding a new dog care business. The board voted to approve the special permit based upon several conditions. The next Zoning Board of Appeals meeting will be Tuesday, July 9th. The school committee met with the Sanborn Geospatial Mapping Company Wednesday night. Representatives of Sanborn, along with elementary principals Brian Riley and Diane Ferreira, have been charged with finding viable options for Norwood to change the elementary school districts. After presenting, they have found 2 viable options.
You can see that Cleveland now has the Windsor Gardens, and that has now been taken from Prescott and moved to Cleveland, and as a result, Prescott has taken some of the more central, right smack dab in the middle of Norwood components that we're calling from both the Callahan and the Balch School. This is a pretty similar scenario to scenario 1. Obviously, viable scenarios obviously share a lot of the same opportunities and a lack of challenges. So in this scenario, we're really playing around with the Windsor Gardens component. In this situation, Cleveland would retain some of its original components as well as Oldham. So the Oldham students in Oldham 2, which is right on the border between the Willits district and Oldham, would remain in Oldham. And they would be now taking on Windsor Gardens. So Windsor Gardens would move to the Willits Center. Again, this is a much better transportation setup than having them go all the way to the Prescott. Again, it's not as close as the Cleveland district as scenario 1, but again, it's very close. It's on the same side of town.
With Juneteenth right around the corner, Officer Jeff Berguma is excited to announce the plan for the celebrations.
Hello everyone, I'm Officer Jeffrey Berguma. I'd like to tell you that we are very excited to let you know that we are having our 3rd year of Norwood Juneteenth. The date of the event, of the celebration, is going to be Saturday, the 15th of June. It's going to be celebrating the freedom of enslaved people, or the celebration of the Emancipation Proclamation as well. We are going to have a star-studded lineup with amazing performers, poets, spoken word. We are also going to have an appearance made by the NHS Drama Club, where they're going to put together something very special. I don't even know what it is yet, but it should be amazing because everything they do is. There's going to be great food there. There's going to be a great DJ that we've hired. There's going to be art. It's just going to be so much more than I could fit into this little segment. But we hope it's a beautiful day, and we hope that you do show up. It's going to be family friendly. It's just going to have a lot of great energy like it always has. So if you haven't met us and been a part of it before the last 2 years, please come through this year. And have a great time. It's about freedom, and everybody is welcome to celebrate together. Thank you.
And next on Norwood News is our latest Living Local segment. Living Local is where we learn about businesses in our town and meet the people behind them. This week, Jack Tolman hangs out on a famous corner in town to feature Hickey flowers.
For over 32 years, there has been a familiar face on the street corner next to the bowling alley. Ed Hickey has been selling flowers to his longtime regular customers and friends, and to new customers who he has just met.
My name is Ed Hickey. I've been on this corner here selling cut flowers, and we sell generally cut flowers, roses, carnations, mom's mini carnations. And I've been doing it, I look back about 32 years, and it's an opportunity to meet a lot of people too. There's a social aspect to it.
Over the years, both new customers and old always ask the same question.
And the general question is, what do you have? So what we have to sell is, we sell generally the carnations and the roses by the dozen. We got some mixed bunches. We have different styles of flower. So the cut mums mixed with roses or carnations look good. People like, I think, the more colorful mixed bunches, and they're probably the most popular. And we've expanded on some of the type of flowers, but there's certain things that I'm not a fine florist type of thing. There's certain flowers that I really can't use because they'd have to be able to withstand the different type of weather that we're gonna, even this weekend you get sunny day like yesterday. Today we get an overcast, cooler day.
Selling flowers outdoors is a seasonal business and is based on the weather conditions.
I'm out here during the spring into the late June when it gets too warm, and I take a few months off, and then come back in the fall through the holidays, at least Thanksgiving. That's determined by what the flowers can handle. I mean, I'm an old man and I don't like certain parts of the weather either, but the flowers, if it's too hot or too cold, they can't. So put it this way, the Harvard Business School would not tell you that you can go out of business for 2 months and then show back up.
Many town organizations come to Ed to ask for his help. They know that his flowers make their event a little extra special. But there is one event that is a little extra special for Ed.
Well, the giving back, let me just explain. A lot of people say, well, do you donate? I don't, but any of the churches, any of the schools, any of the sports teams, things like that, whatever I can buy it for and I try to get the best price, then that's what I would charge an organization. I will tell you, there is only one organization that I donate, and I get a lot of great publicity out of it thanks to Timmy McDonough and George Yusevich. But the Circle of Hope, they're Dancing with the Stars. They're great about how much they thank me, and we make sure that the dancers all get a bunch of mixed flowers for that. That's partly because of the people on that committee, and obviously knowing Lee Kennedy for years and years. And that's the type of people and the type of organizations that you deal with. But in a town like Norwood, I think you got to give back a little bit too. And part of the reason that I think that I've had some success in this little venture is that the people appreciate that, and I appreciate their business. And let's be honest, most of the people that buy are from Norwood. Once in a while there'll be some out-of-towners. The great thing for me is that I know a lot of these people, and if I don't know the person, the young person particularly that's buying, I probably grew up with their parents, and it's nice to think that more than one generation has been a customer base of mine down here.
In addition to selling and talking about flowers, Ed's Corner business is also a popular place to catch up on Norwood sports, what's going on in town and the world.
And down here, while I'm sitting here doing nothing, which is my wife thinks is most of the time, that's generally what we're talking about. We're talking about the sports teams in Norwood, other things that are going on in this town. It's a corner where we solve a lot of the world's problems here too. I hope everybody understands that.
So if you're looking for fresh cut flowers at a reasonable price, stop by and see Ed at his famous corner. He'll make sure that you leave happy, and he'll be happy to meet you.
I'd love to meet other people. I hope people come by. As you can see, if you come by, you better be willing to spend a little time, because I can talk for a while. But always interested in meeting new people. If I can help you for a quick, easy in and out, and I think at a reasonable price. I'd like to meet people. I like to talk to people. So stop by, and I guess there was a famous guy that used to say, "Come on down." And he did pretty well selling cars here in Norwood. So I hope to say the same thing. I think I've done pretty well selling some flowers here in Norwood. So I want to thank everybody in the town. You've been great to me. Thank you.
Giving flowers has always been a sign to show that we care. And here in Norwood, not only are you experiencing the personal touch of buying flowers, you are also experiencing the personal touch of meeting Ed Hickey. Reporting for Norwood News, I'm Jack Tolman.
Ed Hickey is also president of the Norwood Diamond Club, the NHS Baseball Booster Group, and a longtime volunteer announcer for NCM as the voice of Mustang football and baseball. Thanks for helping us out, Ed. You're a true Norwood townie, and we love you for it.
Every month, our friends at the Lead School produce a monthly show called Lead Update. This month, they awarded NCM's own Jack Tolman with a very special award.
Hey everybody, welcome to June, welcome to Lead Update. This is our 10th season we're finishing up. Amazing, huh? And we could not possibly have done it without Jack Tolman, who is the executive director of NCM and who made this possible and made it possible for our students in Lead to access media and the community TV station and so forth and do this for 10 years. And we're so grateful to you. And we want to say congratulations on your 20th anniversary.
Thank you.
And we want to say, hey, you're an awesome person. And it's time for you to get the Awesome Human Being Award.
Thank
yeah!
You. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming, Jack Tolman. Tell me more about your job.
Well, the neat thing is I actually have 2 jobs. I work for the school department during the day, helping the schools, doing all the videos from preschool all the way up through graduation. And actually, I remember videotaping you singing at the Oldham on stage.
Oh, yes.
You'd stand on the edge and you'd be dancing around for the music. So I've seen you grow up through my eyes through the school.
Yeah.
And for Norwood Community Media, I'm the executive director, and that's a fun job because I get to work with such a great staff here, and we have a lot of fun every single day.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite part of your job?
I think I can speak for all of us that the favorite part of our jobs is every single day is different.
Yeah.
Like right now we're here doing Lead Update, which is a great program. And later on today, Ron's going to go do some baseball for playoffs, and we do different things every day, so that's what makes it really cool and fun.
Yeah. What is your favorite food? What is hard about it? What's your hard about your job?
Hard? Well, that's a good question. Actually, I just finished editing the 2024 senior video.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't want it too long. And we have so much footage up here with our phones and our cameras that I had to make tough decisions and not include everything. So one of the hard parts of the job is to not include everything.
Yeah. What's your favorite food?
Food? I would have to say ribs.
Me
I love
too.
You like ribs?
Yeah.
All right.
All
Nice.
right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Is there anyone?
What do we got?
Is there anyone you want to say?
Is there anyone you want to
Say hello to?
Say hello to.
I want to say hello to all the people who watch Lead Update. We're sitting here, as we said, we're 10 years in. I think we have over 75 shows. So anybody who takes the time to watch this, I think it's great for everyone working here. Oh, you spin your hat on backwards right there.
Yeah.
And everyone gets to meet you. Everybody meets everyone behind the camera, laugh at Zach jokes. It's just a great thing. So I want to thank everybody who takes the time to watch this show.
Thanks for coming for the Lead Update. You're the best human being.
Thank you.
Let's do an arm wrestle.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Go. Jeez Louise. Oh!
Yes!
That's what we call just... He's got the guns. Woo! Woo! I gotta go see the nurse.
Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We leave you now with a list of upcoming events NCM will be covering. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.
Have a good one, everyone.